Hi, and welcome to the Ultimate Sales Conversion Highlight Reel, a TTEC web series about how to up your sales game and deliver championship results. Now, for those of you who are familiar with this web series, what we do here at TTEC is we take sales topics and we talk about them with a sports lens. And one of the most important topics to help any sales effort is using analytics to up your sales game. And what better sports analogy than the idea of Moneyball? Now, if you're not familiar with the idea of Moneyball, it was first a book and then actually a movie with Brad Pitt about how the Oakland A's baseball team looked at data that nobody else was really looking at to make decisions about how to win. And it turned out it wasn't the fact that you needed a lot of home run hitters to win games. It actually came down to just getting on base. So these little insights really added some championship results and got the A's into the playoffs, which was pretty amazing. So with that in mind, we wanted to talk about how to use analytics to understand what's happening in your sales program and make improvements once you've started your sales activity. And being that it's such an important topic, I'm excited to have with us Kacey Hartung and Eli Igoy from TTEC to talk about it with us. Hi guys, how are you?
Hi, Liz.
Hello, doing great. Glad to be here.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. As I mentioned, it's an important topic, using analytics to improve your sales, and you guys are some of the best experts at it. So I'm excited to talk about it with you today. So let's start with you, Kacey. What are some ways that you can improve by looking at data within your sales? What sorts of improvements are sales professionals able to make by looking at data?
Yeah, thanks for that, because the sports analogy is so perfect, especially when we talk about analytics, right? I think as sales professionals, we like to look at the highlight reel. We like to really applaud and, give the kudos to those people who are knocking it out of the park, right? They're getting the sales, they're closing the deals. But the details behind are really where all the nuggets are. And so we every day are looking at the data behind the scenes. And like any sports team, looking at the data is almost like watching the tape and watching what is it that made that sale? What is it that made that salesperson successful? And so a lot of just the basics that we tend to look at from an execution standpoint for those people that are on the front lines, we look at day of week, time of day. It is so critical just to even get in front of people right now, whether you're getting their attention through LinkedIn, whether you're getting their attention in an email first, or whether you're trying to get a hold of them on the phone. All of those are pieces of data, and all of those are things where we can take those pieces of data and see what is attributing to their success or failure, and how do you use the data from the success to help improve the failure points.
So even some of the smallest bits of data can really have a big impact. So Ellie, what type of data really tends to bring those big improvements? So Kacey mentioned a couple, but how do you see data being incorporated in this way to analyze what's happening in the sales world?
I think just going over, there's so many data points when we talk about sales, and really when you take everything and blend them in, they really go into the sales funnel, right? So these are the different things you need to benchmark, whether you call them metric or a KPI, but all these different data points you kind of put into that funnel, and that's where to simplify things, you really start analyzing what goes in that funnel, some of the roadblocks that are preventing you from moving things down the funnel, similar to how a player might circle the bases to get to home plate and help the team to win. You kind of have to go down each stage of that funnel to be able to really understand what are the failure points, where are we having a tough time selling, whether it's an inbound program or it's an outbound sales effort. You start with the leads that are there, the number of customers that are coming in. You'll never make a sale if there's no volume. You need customers, you need leads, you need an existing base of customers. So at the very top of the funnel, you need to make sure everything's all right there. And if it's not, then you need to figure that out, and that's where the analysis comes in. And I'll oversimplify the funnel where from that very top you kind of go into identifying which ones are likely to turn into an opportunity. And the ones that turn into opportunity, great. The ones that don't, that's where the analysis comes in again. Why are they not turning into an opportunity, and what can you do to mitigate that? And at the very end, as you get closer to the bottom of the funnel or home plate, it's really about how do we close that sale, right? And all those different metrics that go into a sales program or sales operations need to be analyzed. So you kind of start with figuring out what your funnel looks like, what are the different metrics you can attach to each stage of that funnel, and identifying the failure points or which stages you're having some difficulties with moving things along. It's not just a funnel. I also like to think about looking at other forms of the sales engagement. Are there some channels that these customers might be using to get in touch with us? And I like to think that there are a lot of marketing email campaigns out there, and it's easy to leverage whether or not somebody's clicked an email, did they respond, or did they engage using those other channels. And if you can add that to the analyses that you're going to do for the different stages of that funnel, the metrics in those funnels, I think that is a very very robust way of generating home run after home run after home run.
Great. It sounds like there's a lot of opportunity to dig a little deeper and really enhance your sales program. So thank you both for that wonderful insight. Lots more to talk about, so we hope to have you back maybe for some future episodes. We really just scratched the surface. So thank you guys for joining us, and thank you all for joining us today as well. This is, like I said, a very important topic. We've got some more resources at TTEC.com, including a new white paper about being proactive with speech analytics in particular to get some more data and insight on your sales activity. So take a look at the link below, ttec.com/upyoursales-game to get some more detail on that white paper. So that does it for this episode. Stay tuned for some future episodes about how we will be improving sales and delivering championship results. Check out TTEC. And of course, as we always do, we'll leave you with a highlight clip, this one of the famous Moneyball Oakland A's. So enjoy, and we will see you next time.